Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Wyld Young.
And I'm Eric Colley.
And for Charlie Cotton and Charlie Neff today.
Yeah, it's a big day.
It is a big day. Not for the Charlies.
No, it's just a big day for everybody. It's
Big
Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It is Martin Luther. It is Martin Luther King Jr.
We're coming
Day.
in hot today.
Some other news.
Yeah.
Today's the day.
It is.
Today is President-elect Donald Trump, I guess as of now, because we're recording this pretty early in the morning.
By tonight, President Trump, second term.
Yes, Donald Trump's inauguration is today. We'll get into that. Also, some drama over the weekend. Some funny moments from Trump's rallies and celebrations over the weekend.
It's day one, and it is already off and running. Like we know it's going to be. It's going to be a ride.
He has dominated the headlines. I mean, expected, but Trumping. Speaking of Donald Trump, according to Donald Trump, saved TikTok this weekend.
He kind of did. Biden kicked it to him, and he saved TikTok.
Also, according to TikTok.
Yeah.
And lastly, someone else who's big on TikTok, Spencer Pratt. You know, him and Heidi Montag, they lost their homes in the LA fires recently. He has now revealed how much he has made off TikTok, and it is a lot.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's honestly, it's a little bit less than I might have thought.
You know,
well, we'll get into it.
Okay.
It's two different sources of income.
Yes. All right. So we have to start first, of course. Today's the day President-elect Donald Trump officially takes office. We saw a video of him really early this morning arriving to the White House, being greeted by Joe Biden and Jill Biden.
Yeah, Kamala was there. Welcome, J.D. Vance. It looks like Joe Biden said, welcome home.
Yes.
To Donald Trump, which Trump has lived there before. So it is
welcome back.
Coming back, this is historic. Trump getting a second non-consecutive term. Last time that happened was Grover Cleveland in 1893.
Whoa.
It's been a minute.
That is a long time.
Since a president left the White House, sat out 4 years, and came back.
So the inauguration today, it is set to be a star-studded event, Eric.
It is. There are a lot of big names.
A lot of big names.
With a lot of big bank accounts.
So, we'll know performances by Carrie Underwood.
We know she's doing America the Beautiful.
America the Beautiful, which, I mean, regardless of your thoughts, Carrie gonna sing it down.
She can sing.
She gonna sing it down.
She can sing.
Jason Aldean will also be there.
Not surprising.
Not surprising at all. Rascal Flatts.
Yeah. Haven't heard from them in a minute.
Same. I'm not familiar with this person.
Parker McCollum's a younger, newer country singer, been around a few years.
Okay. This next person, arguably one of my favorite pop singers.
And I know you love this person.
You know, when I saw this announcement, I was rolling on the ground crying. Gavin DeGraw will also be performing.
Who did our Elfin special a couple years ago.
Yes. I love Gavin DeGraw, y'all. Another person who actually got into some hot water over the weekend, Nelly, is set to perform at one of Trump's events today. And people were not happy.
They were not. And Nelly, he defended himself. He says it's not about politics. This is what Nelly had to say about it.
This isn't politics. The politics for me, it's over. He won. He's the president. He's the commander-in-chief of what I would like to say is the best country in the world. It is an honor for me to perform for the president of the United States, regardless of who was in office. If President Biden would have asked me to perform, I would have performed. If Vice President Kamala Harris would have won and asked me to perform, I would have performed.
It's not shocking to me that Nelly did this. Remember, he did songs with Florida Georgia Line. He's worked on country songs, did a country album. And to his point, he said he was asked if Trump or someone in his team asked him to perform. Well, Biden didn't ask him in 2021. I don't know if Kamala would have asked him if she had won. He's like, if they ask me, I'm going to do it. And he does say later on in that interview, he says, don't look to me for advice on who to vote for. He goes, I'm clueless on a lot of things.
I can respect. That's the one thing I guess I can respect out of this whole thing is that he knows he has no clue. It's not a single clue at all.
If you don't have super strong feelings, and I don't know if Nelly, like I said, he has country ties, he has hip-hop ties. I don't know if he's a Trump supporter or not or whatever. If you don't have strong political feelings and you are asked to perform at an inaugural ball for the president, I could see that being an honor that he'd want to do.
Oh, of course. Somebody else who also got into some trouble over the weekend, Snoop Dogg.
This makes more sense than to be controversial because remember in Trump's first term, Snoop did a video where he looked like he was shooting Trump as a clown. He was anti-Trump.
For the long, up until a few weeks ago, we thought Snoop Dogg was the most anti-Trump rapper of all the rappers.
Yeah.
Now, this was like Waka Flocka. We would have been like, makes sense.
Yeah.
But like
Nelly, I'm like, okay.
Right. Nelly is like,
Not shocking.
Snoop Dogg is really surprised, like Eric said, because he's been so vocal against Donald Trump, against his politics, and even slamming celebrities who performed at his previous inauguration.
Right.
So this kind of came as a shock to everyone when we saw Snoop Dogg. He did a little DJ set over the weekend, so it wasn't at the official inauguration, but one of the inauguration
There's
events.
a lot of events.
Right. People were pissed about it. You know, there's a lot of things to be mad about in the world, and I don't have the energy to be mad at them. If Nelly wants to do it, like he said, he'll perform for anybody. So at that point, we can't really be mad at somebody that go, I'll perform anywhere.
Yeah, and Snoop will do anything.
So if they call Nelly at the local Piggly Wiggly, basically he said he'll go to the Piggly Wiggly.
Of course he would.
Please.
Yeah, Snoop, and Yvette Nicole Brown slammed this. She said that she feels like he's endorsing the policies, but Kid Rock defended Snoop because of course he would, because he loves Donald Trump. But when he performed, the crowd wasn't that into it.
No. It did seem a little like, read the room.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was the room for Snoop D-O-double-G.
Maybe, but you'd think it kind of would be, because Snoop's in his 50s.
He's a man of a certain age, for sure. I imagine that the conservatives and Republicans that might have been at that event might not know like all of Snoop Dogg's songs. They might know like the big hits.
Yeah, the big.
Like, they definitely know "Drop It Like It's Hot."
He performed that.
Yes, he should have just did that 7 times.
I think it depends on how old they are. If you're if you're like a 50-year-old, you'd be into it. If you're 70 and over, you were too old for Snoop.
Please, too old.
If
too
you're
conservative.
If you're 30, if you're like Jake or Logan Paul, you're probably too young. Maybe. I don't know.
Weird vibe. By the way, you guys, we are live on YouTube right now. So if you haven't already, drop some comments. We'll read them at the end. We want to hear from you guys. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, drop them like they're hot.
Ooh, Eric,
see how I did that?
So clever, man.
Not really.
Okay, speaking of
TikTok.
Okay, so first of all, social media went into a bit of a frenzy over the weekend because TikTok, as promised, shut down.
But for a few hours?
All of, I think, about 12, maybe 14 hours.
Oh, that long?
Yeah, they shut down late Saturday evening. I guess depending on where you are. We're in Los Angeles, so everything's a little bit behind for us. I think it might have been midnight on the East Coast. But it shut down like late Saturday evening for us. And then when I woke up Sunday, no TikTok. You went on your TikTok, and there was basically a message that read that TikTok has been shut down due to a U.S. law banning the app from all U.S. users.
So what did you do?
I went back to Instagram. I'm like, I had to scroll somewhere, but I
need something to scroll.
Okay, let me know in the comments if you guys feel the same way. It didn't feel the same. Like, I love Instagram, but like, not having TikTok, it did feel a little weird. Now, maybe
it hurt you. But so, do you thank Donald Trump for saving it? Because that's what Donald Trump is saying.
So, y'all, a few hours after TikTok shut down, it came back up out of nowhere, seemingly out of nowhere, with the message that said, TikTok is back thanks to the help of President Donald Trump for helping us assure a deal of some kind. And not long after that, Donald Trump himself took to the stage and declared, I fixed everything. I saved TikTok. Here's a little bit of that.
And as of today, TikTok is back. But I said we need to save TikTok because we're talking about a tremendous... Who in this audience goes with TikTok? Many? Yeah, very popular.
Goes with TikTok.
Okay. So that's showing your age, bro. When you say who goes with TikTok, who's on that TikTok thing?
It's funny because, in 2020, do you remember TikTok? People on TikTok were buying up tickets to his rally in 2020 and then not showing up. So they looked empty. And he hated TikTok. Ban it, ban it, ban it. It's China trying to steal all of our information. Now he says TikTok helped him win and he loves it. I think what it really is going to come down to is money. By the end of today, he's going to do an executive order to protect TikTok. And he mentions that the U.S. could take 50% ownership of it from ByteDance, which is the Chinese company. There's a lot of money to be made here.
And my question is, when you say the U.S. will take 50% of ownership, who in the U.S. will
I don't know.
Like, has someone
specified that?
That's there's a lot of rumors online about, like, did someone purchase TikTok secretly and they just haven't, like, announced that they purchased TikTok? Is there a conglomerate of billionaires who We don't know.
We don't know. There were rumors like a week or two ago that Elon Musk was going to buy it. I don't think that's going to happen.
Mr. Beast over the last couple of days said, was like, I'm going to buy TikTok. There have also been a little bit of speculation online that maybe another famous billionaire that owns another social media platform may have purchased TikTok.
Could be. Maybe that's why he's changed his tune on Donald Trump.
So there's a lot of, but we don't know for certain what at least happened behind the scenes, but TikTok is back.
But it seems like, honestly, if you are an app creator, now's the time to try and create something.
Whatever that thing is.
Because even if TikTok doesn't go away, and I don't think it's going to, and it's going to be huge for a long time. Like Facebook's been dying for years, but it's still got a ton of users. TikTok's not going away, but people could start to not enjoy it. If the interface changes at all, if the algorithms change at all, if you have something ready to go, you could swoop in. There's an opportunity for an app developer out there. I'm just saying.
Interestingly enough, the TikTok CEO, Xiaozi Chu,
go ahead,
is set to be at the inauguration today, according to reports.
Right. So it's money. It's always all about money. Everything is about
something
money.
went down.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
All right. And wow, all these stories kind of intertwine today.
They do.
Speaking of TikTok, there's probably no bigger celebrity on TikTok right now than Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag.
That's right. Since their house burned down in the Palisades fire, were they Palisades or the Eaton fire?
Palisades fire.
Palisades fire. Spencer Pratt's been very visible. Because he's like unabashed about it. He's like, yes, I'm trying to make money. I am monetizing my house burning down because I have nothing.
Yes.
And I would believe Heidi and Spencer, they're famous, but they're not like super wealthy.
Yeah, they're not like
Steven Spielberg if his house burned down. I don't think Heidi and Spencer have that kind of money.
Yeah, they're no like Hiltons.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They're famous, but they're not bajillionaires.
Of course.
So they're trying to make money, and you know what? I can't knock the hustle there for them. But so Spencer's revealed what he makes on TikTok. He said he made like $4,000 on TikTok that week.
Which doesn't sound like a lot.
That's a good chunk of change.
Right, considering how many followers he has, how many views they have. But in a week, that means in 2 weeks, it'll be 8,000. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it could be, unless
the views change.
Because the fires, that will fade from the news.
Yes.
But the bigger thing he said on TikTok Live, where they can just give to you directly, he made $20,000.
That is insane.
That's crazy. It's basically a GoFundMe.
Right. So if you guys aren't familiar with TikTok Live, you can like gift people things live while they're doing the stream. So you can literally just purchase coins on TikTok and then gift them or donate them to whoever the person is streaming. So people are able to just directly send him money as opposed to like him having to wait. First of all, like I think it's 30 days after you're in the TikTok creator program to like get a check for the month. So it works out for him. And honestly, I know there are people online that are giving them crap for this, but just to keep it real with y'all, this is how they've been their whole entire lives.
Of course.
Like if you've never met Spencer and Heidi or have never heard it, this is how they always act.
I know, because I was saying like why they're not super rich. What is their job?
Yeah, they have.
Their job is being Heidi and Spencer.
And just being themselves and kind of influencing and like being ridiculous and kind of obnoxious, slightly controversial.
Yeah. And didn't Spencer say that The Hills, he's like made no money from that?
Yeah,
he's like, don't go watch that to help me.
Yeah, he literally don't. And he even said, he did kind of take a little shade. He said that they don't make as much money from streaming Heidi's music. So shout out to everyone that's been streaming.
It's still, but not even streaming. It's selling well on iTunes, which things people don't really buy on iTunes so much anymore.
Yeah.
But Heidi's album was #1 for a few days. It's still #2 behind Bad Bunny right now. And that's like $5-10 every time someone buys it. So I can't hate on that.
I don't hate on it. I will say
you just lost your house.
Yeah, like you gotta do what you gotta do. Honestly, you gotta do what you gotta do. At this point in life, times are hard for people that like, you know what I'm saying? So I can't imagine losing your house and having to deal with the economy right now. Please, I would be on TikTok twerking and hitting the wall if I had to as well.
And what we were saying, like the thing that he's most famous for is The Hills. And he says, I don't make any money off of that.
Doesn't make, so they gotta make money somehow.
So where's that money coming from? Yep. Get those TikTok monies in.
I would like Spencer to just hit the local Target. I know times are rough right now, and I know you don't want to spend too much, but please, brother, buy a new shirt. Buy a new shirt.
I
Spencer.
know, like, his clothes were destroyed in the fire. But
and I know he's doing the thing that men should do. Like you give every resource you have to your women and children.
Yeah,
buy yourself one shirt.
You can get one
just
shirt.
a single one. Okay, moving on to our YouTube comment. Shout out to you guys for commenting. Eric, you want to swap out a few of these? We'll just take turns.
Oh, well, let's see. Trump inauguration. This is what we thought was going to happen. Reba says, should have been Kamala. Ellen says, welcome back, Mr. Trump. Lovely Denver says, yeah, Trump is in the House finally. It's just as split as
as it was during the election.
As it's probably going to be for the next 4 years.
On TikTok's return, we talked about that. Adrian LOL said, okay, take TikTok down. It's a distraction. I'm 19 and I've been doing so much productive things. You know what, Adrian? That's good though. Like, I don't have any bad thing. Like,
that's interesting. So Jackson in our office is 20.
Yeah.
And every time we talk about TikTok being banned, he goes, good, get rid of it. I hate it. I could see like younger Gen Z and Gen Alpha turning against all of this.
Yeah.
They're like, we're tired of influencers. We're tired of doom scrolling.
Right.
Just sit, like, they're going to be done with it.
I think we have a different relationship because we're like a little bit, the older generation, but like we can like close an app and go on about our day.
Yeah.
And I think that
I don't know. You just said you went to Instagram because you had to be scrolling.
I mean, I closed one app and I went on another app. I just found an alternative app. Okay.
You were the cautionary tale for like 20-year-olds.
Yeah. All right. Mrs. Gomez says it's all about money. You might be onto something there.
Of
Mrs.
course it
Gomez.
is.
Our guy Eminem says, so does Trump like TikTok or hate it? Honestly, Eminem, I think Trump.
I think it changes day by day.
I was about to say, he
used
likes
to hate
it now.
Now he likes it. If it turns against him, he'll hate it again.
To answer your question, I guess, yes.
Yeah.
Last story, Eric, do you want to hit that?
Spencer Pratt, Bezo Lego says, smart move by him, meaning Spencer. It is. We said, get your money.
Get your money.
Justin, so Spencer gets paid double what I make as a firefighter paramedic. Good for him, ? LOL. That is messed up.
I agree with you, Justin. I feel like, especially in times like this, like any firefighter, paramedic, first responders, like there needs to be something that we can do for them other than being like, great day at work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You see the videos. There was a video, I think it was like an In-N-Out, which is a fast food place here in LA, where a bunch of firefighters came in and everyone stood up and clapped for them. And that's nice, but they don't need applause.
Yeah, they don't. I wish I don't know what the thing is. I don't know from like a political point what we should do, but I do think that we need to give those people a lot more love.
Yeah.
So Justin, you're right.
Yeah, and and honestly, if you are a firefighter or paramedic, go on TikTok. There should be a community for that and be like, hey, give me some money.
Yeah, like, what I'm saying?
People would donate.
We should. Yeah, exactly. We should use social media for those types of things as well.
I mean, I would give money to a firefighter before I give it to Spencer Pratt.
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, just
and thank you
personally.
for your actual service, Justin, and all of your colleagues.
Right.
All right, Eric, this was fun.
This was fun. Good to be back.
All right, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new president.
Yep.
Have a good day. Peace out.